Guess what? I had recorded a whole weekly. It was lovely. Mercury retrograde strikes. Something funky was going on with my camera. I don't know if it's going to happen again, but the file is corrupted. So I'm going to do this again, but let me just give you a quick rundown. This will be the angelic message for November 10th, 2025. If you come across it some other time, don't worry about it. It's all good. Okay. You can listen to it then. So what was happening in the previous reading was a lot about, there was a whole theme around breaking free from indoctrination, breaking free from patterns. So having some serious downloads. Tomorrow is 11/11. So we're in the 11/11 energy portal. It's also Veterans Day. So to the veterans out there, thank you so much. We love you, and may you always be protected and blessed. So use this time, guys. Use this time to make sure you're doing a clearing on your energy field and to do some deep meditating. And maybe this time for the 11/11 energy portal, which you've been in for a few days now and will be for a few days after. During this time, instead of going, I want this and that's all there is to it. Sit and meditate with God, Source Creator, angels and archangels of God's purest love and light, or you can say the universe's purest love and light, and ask, what does my soul contract look like? What would be the best thing for me right now? I'll give an example. I've always fancied myself a creative person. And then recently I started getting involved in something that would be, in my mind, the exact opposite of creativity. Is it a fun time all the time? No, it's actually a very challenging environment. It's not my wheelhouse. It's not, the personalities that are there don't really mesh well with me. So, they're kind of uppity, like think disgruntled DMV worker, type energy. Sometimes, not everybody, but, sometimes it's just kind of gruff, rough and tumble. And it's a lot to go through. However, I am learning so much from this experience, and it's given me a sense of purpose. So, and I feel like I'm helping people. So it's important, but you might be going through a thing where it's like my life seems to be going in a direction that doesn't make sense intellectually, right? Or how I've always defined myself. I'm no longer going to define myself in that manner. Now, that recording, it was a beautiful reading too. Oh my gosh, we had Archangel Raphael coming forward. We had Archangel Gabriel coming forward. They were saying, hey, basically, we're here to help you heal. It was about self-care, being good to yourself, rejuvenating, recharging your batteries. You don't have to show up for everybody. I mean, don't be cruel to people if they need help or they want to celebrate something special with you. But that was the gist of that one. So let's try this again. Angelsouls444.com if you want a personal reading with me. I am still running ahead of schedule as of the recording of this video with standard readings, meaning you should have it sooner than the 25-day wait time. Probably a lot sooner, actually, because I'm going to be working on them tomorrow. So get in line. Get in line. Now, if you wait, you're going to wait. And I don't know why people can't understand this. If you see this video a day or two after it's posted, people are already in a line ahead of you, right? So you feel me? Okay. So get in line if you want to. All right, let's go. I got my eye on this camera over here. Better not. Give up on me. Let's try this again. Come on, everybody. Yeah, be willing to try something new. Ooh, I love this deck. This is the original deck the first deck that I actually used for Angel Souls. Sweet, right? Mystique, keep charging ahead and don't take no for an answer. Expect miraculous solutions to appear. So there could be a lot of obstacles that have been coming up for you, especially for those of you who are out there trying to find jobs. And it just feels like at every turn, the system's working against you, or you're trying to find a house. And it's just the housing market, especially here in the US. I don't know how it is elsewhere in the world. Just crazy. Just absolutely crazy. So this is something coming out of nowhere, right? Think of all those movies, especially the 80s movies, where like, the hero's in big trouble and then help is on the way and just comes out unexpectedly. Okay. I don't know. There's a solution coming. There's maybe an offer coming. It could be someone comes and snaps you out of it. Maybe you have been in with people who don't treat you well, who don't appreciate you. And even if the lesson is good and you're learning a lot, if the environment is unhealthy for your energy field and for your mental health, then you got to go. Okay, like period. And especially if no one's willing to help you or they're telling you to get a thick skin and overlook it, if they're giving you more toxic nonsense on top of it, it's a no, right? So this Mystique card is giving this message, especially in that original video that you guys will never get to see because it got corrupted. The file did. With Archangel Raphael and Archangel Gabriel, that's about emotional release. So really, in a way, coming out of like an emotional prison, okay? Or coming out of a mindset where really you devalued yourself, or you've been around people who just, maybe they're so jealous of your accomplishments that they want to tear you down. Maybe you never thought that you were above them until they started acting the fool and started being cruel. Then you were like, yeah, no, or we are not the same. We are not the same. I'm not like that, kind of thing. So let's see what else we have here. Isaiah. Okay. It's a good time to give birth to new ideas and situations in your life. I am watching over you, guiding you, and protecting you during these changes. So again, you got to go a different direction here. And yes, she's big pregnant there. So if you are looking, we got to say this carefully. If you're looking to conceive a baby, you have to tune in and make sure that this is the right thing on your soul's path for you and your partner. Okay. Just trying to force having a child just because you think that's going to make you somehow a better person than other people. Oh, don't be doing that. Okay. Do not be doing that. I could go on a whole rant about that kind of stuff. But if you are genuinely supposed to and meant to be a parent, everyone's individual energy shift and change. That's what makes this tricky because people don't want to take accountability for their own lives. So they want to come back on the readers and say, well, you said blah, 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 blah. Oh, okay. Listen, I kind of specialize in fertility readings, and I don't think I ever meant to do that. It just sort of happened. I almost always know when someone's pregnant. Like, it's weird. But I've had people come to me, and one of the most common reasons that people are not having the child that they want to have is because one of the partners is scared and won't admit it. That's number one. Number two would be people just wanting to be loved. And that's have a child because a child is beautiful and precious. Okay, not so you have a buddy, right? Does that make sense? Okay. So, but for everyone else, there's another option. There's another option coming through that was previously unknown. So it feels like, it might have been an old opportunity coming back. We are in the middle of Mercury retrograde, but I think this was an unknown opportunity, right? Where someone was like, no, I would have helped you with that. And you're like, you would? Oh, well, I didn't know that kind of situation. So something is coming to fruition. I love it. Celeste, a happy move to a new home or place of employment is in the works. This movement will usher in positive new energy. I'm telling you, you guys have been undervalued. You have been undervalued, and people just taking the entitlement, projecting on you. They come at you with all these demands, and you set a boundary, and they call you entitled, right? The game playing, the toxicity. When you raise your frequency, you can't be a match for those kinds of people. Something else will draw in for you. Now, if you are, and we've all done it, if someone comes to you and they're the office gossip, okay, and they tell you something disturbing and you just try to be the biggest person you can be, but you're upset by what was just said, you might respond. I think that talking about your experiences is not gossiping. Okay. Gossip is more reveling in someone's misfortune or flat out lying about them. That's kind of the gossip thing. But if you're just commiserating with someone, right? And sharing like, hey, yeah, I've been treated that way too, or whatever, that's not gossip. That's not gossip. That's your right to speak up about what's going on. So this Celeste card with this Mystique and the Isaiah card, these are changing times. These are very much, I can't wait to see what else is coming. Very much changing times. Layla, spend time alone in nature, meditating about your desires and intentions. Ask the angels to help you gain a positive perspective. See, you've been torn down. This could have been from any angle where someone just said, you're not that great. You're not that great, which is exactly, just as an example, I get this all the time in my hometown. You're not that great. You're not that great. And I never came in saying I was all that great until people really started putting me down. And I was like, hang on. Okay. I was a small town girl that moved to Los Angeles. Terrifying. I did the Hollywood thing. Are you freaking kidding me? I went and got a master's degree from an art school in New York City. That was not easy. I had to pay New York City rent while I was doing all that. And looking over my shoulder, I got punched by a lady on the subway once. It was a whole thing. A rat ran over my foot. Listen, okay, I wasn't, it wasn't a comfortable experience, okay? And then I went off and started my own business, not knowing how to do any of it. So no, I don't walk around with a chip on my shoulder acting like I'm above people. But people who have never experienced that and they've stayed in their comfort zone and they've done the bare minimum in life, coming at me and telling me that I'm not worth anything, you will summon the Scorpio in me, okay? The stellium Scorpio in me. With a little bit of that Taurus rising. I have a Cancer moon. I might feel a little bad about it, but not that bad. Okay, not that bad. All right, what were we talking about? Rant over. Here's another archangel. Remember the reading You Shall Never See? 2 archangels came up in that one. There's only 4 archangel cards in this deck. Archangel Michael, I am with you, giving you the courage to make life changes. Look at this. Life changes that will help you work on your divine life purpose. But it's not what you think. I think that's why the Layla card is coming in. So Michael's coming in with some big revelation, big ideas, a big truth, helping you clear away some of those old toxic dynamics, okay? So again, for those of you who have been held down, kept low, perhaps you were made fun of for your weight or the way you speak, or if you're somebody who has a disability, you've been put down for so many things or told that you are less than or you can't accomplish as much. And you say, watch me go. Watch me go. And watch all the people who show up and cheer for me. Because they're real ones. I had somebody laugh at me one time because I had said about someone else. When I met them, I picked up that they have like they're a very authentic person. And I said, I like that person. They're a real one. And this other person laughed at me and said, as opposed to a fake one, I said, exactly. Most people are fake. Most people are walking around in this world. Oh, we ain't got time for that. It'll be too long a video. You know what I mean? But like most people are being fake and phony and they're playing the politics. They're playing the politics of politics. They're playing the friend politics. They're playing the work politics. It's all the nonsense. Okay. But when you see somebody who's like, yeah, I got to exist because this world is set up in this crazy way. So I got to be here to do this. But really, you and I see each other like we understand. Let's pull one more card here. Merlina, you are confused. I love this card. This card's so funny. You are confused and indecisive because you do not have enough information. Do research or seek expert advice before making a decision. So that tells me that as you're listening to this message, chances are pretty good you were being a very big human being with duality consciousness kind of thing going on, and you were trying to figure this out. You're trying to figure out what this is going to look like. What are the steps? And this is saying, no. You don't have the information yet. Mystique has not come to town yet. Okay. She's not here yet. But when she comes, you will not be confused anymore. So if you keep trying to figure it out, if you keep trying to put all this meaning around it, you're going to push it right out of your existence. Okay. So the angels, I want to make this very clear. The angels give you the information that you need exactly as you need it. If you are somebody who wants everything spoon-fed to you, get a tarot reading. Get a tarot reading. And that's not to be down on tarot card readers or anything. Some of y'all stink, okay? Like, some of y'all are bad, but most of you are good. And very, very helpful. But tarot is more of a fourth dimensional energy reading, and so will kind of, I guess, maybe make more sense if that's how you're trying to do it. But if you want some angelic presence in your life, when you get an angel reading, you're opening up permission to the angels to come through. So it's not just in, like, say, a personal reading. It's not just in a personal reading. It's not just in that one meditation that you're doing to bring in angels. They will continue to work with you. They just need you to acknowledge them, and they will guide you on your way. So angelsouls444.com. Again, if you want personal readings, we're going to leave it there. I don't think the camera shut off, but we're going to see. I don't know. I'm sending you all so much love, and take care.